everyone. In this lecture, we will study analog signal reconstruction and we will do the MATLAB coding also. Just to revise the process of sampling, continuous time signal is given, right? And how to get the discrete signal out of this continuous signal is just by replacing this small t with n capital T sub s, right? And this is the impulse response of the reconstruction filter, right? Which is given by a sinc of t by capital Ts. And this is the process of recovering the signal. The signal, continuous time signal, will be reconstructed by multiplying the input sequence with the impulse response of the reconstruction filter and summed it over uh, n going from minus infinity to infinity. Now this impulse response is basically the sinc function, which can be written like this, right? And this is expressed in terms of sine pi x by pi x, and which is sinc of x, right? If you compare this formula, this sinc function with this expression, you will see that this sine of pi and this factor divided by pi and the same factor. So this is basically the sinc function, and we can represent it as the sinc function here, multiplication with the input sequence with the digital sequence, summed it over from n going from minus infinity to infinity. This is how the recovery of the continuous time signal can be done. Now we will use this expression, and we will write the coding using this expression to recover the signal back. Before we do the MATLAB coding, let us try to understand the process through an example in which the continuous time signal is given and the signal is signed to pi t. This signal is sampled by a sampling period of 1 by 4 seconds. We need to write the digital sequence xn obtained after sampling operation. Assume that xn is transmitted and available at the receiver. Now we need to reconstruct the signal using this digital sequence xn, which is available at the receiver. Now, if you look at the signal, the continuous time signal is sine to pi t, and if you compare this sine to pi t with actual sine of 2 pi ft signal, then you will see that the frequency in the signal is 1 because f is 1 here. So therefore, the frequency of the signal, given signal, is 1 and its period is 1 second. Sampling period is 1 by 4 seconds. So that means if you look at the graph going from the origin and at this point, so this is 1 second. Within 1 second, only one cycle is there since the frequency is 1, and we will take 4 samples at a sampling period of 1 by 4 second. We take the first sample here, second sample here, third here, and the fourth sample here. This sample will come for the next cycle. All right, so this is how the sampling will be done. Now if you see for n equal to 0, the value is 0. For n equal to 1, the value is 1. Then it is 0. Then this is minus 1. So 0, 1, 0 and minus 1. This is the digital sequence obtained. The samples taken from one period of the sinusoidal signal is 0, 1, 0, minus 1. But the sine signal extends from minus infinity to infinity. So therefore, this pattern will actually repeat. So therefore, we can say that actually the digital sequence is a repeating pattern, and the pattern that will repeat is 0, 1, 0, minus 1, then again 0, 1, 0, minus 1, and 0, 1, 0, minus 1. That's how the digital sequence will be available at the receiver, and we need to reconstruct the signal. Now we will use this expression of reconstructing the continuous time signal from the digital sequence, and we will use this filter, right? We've already seen this is the sinc function impulse response of the reconstruction filter. Now if we what is the digital sequence that we have already seen? It is 0, 1, 0, minus 1. So for n equal to 0, right, this value is 0, so therefore multiplication will be 0. So that means uh, at that when n is equal to 1, then the value is 1 here. So that means t of minus ts. So hr t of minus ts, and xn value is 1. So therefore this factor will come hr t minus. If you see the repeating pattern, some of the values are zeros and some are ones and some are minus 1. Accordingly, with the multiplication of the digital sequence with this impulse response, you will see that the continuous time signal will be represented by these values, HRT minus TS and so on. So all these values can be obtained by multiplying the input sequence, which is this repeating sequence, right, with this pattern as the repetition pattern, and we can obtain this sequence. Now this is the graphical representation of the reconstruction filter in time domain, which is basically a sinc function. All right, the graph of HRT is depicted in this figure, where it is clear that the amplitude of the main lobe HRT is equal to 1 and the function equals to 0. T is a when T is a multiple of Ts. So when T is a multiple of Ts, the value of the function will be 0. Now, because XCT is XCT will be generated by the addition or subtraction of these in, the reconstruction filter responses, right? So if you because every waveform will be superimposed with each other, and if you will find the resultant waveform, you will see that the actual signal will be recovered back, which is the basically the shifted copies of HRT, and their summation is illustrated here in this figure, right? If we only pay attention to the main lobes, we see that the reconstruction signal resembles to the sine signal, and overlapping tails improve the accuracy of the reconstructed signal. All right. Now, if you now let us write the MATLAB code for reconstructing the signal, and let us try to understand the process. Now, given generate the sine signal, first of all, because we will start the process of reconstructing right from the very beginning, and in which we need to generate the sine signal with period 1/4, and the time interval is from 0 to 2, and using the sampling period of 1/16. So these are the specifications given of the sine signal that we need to generate through MATLAB, right? And perform sampling operation, obtain digital sequence, and then reconstruct the signal back from this digital sequence. Let us see how to do the coding. Now this P is a time vector. The range is from 0 to 2 with the, and these are the time steps to create this vector. Now since the period is 1/4, so therefore the frequency of the signal will be 4. So we make f equal to 4. Now this is how the continuous time signal will be represented, sine 2 pi ft. This is my continuous time signal. Now Ts is the sampling period given, which is 1/16. Now I need a time vector from 0 to 2, which is the time interval given, and Ts is the sampling periods at which we need to take the sample. So we create a time vector with step size equal to the sampling period, and x xn vec. So this is my digital signal that I will get from sine 2 pi f ts. So this is my sampled version of the signal. Now I will generate the index from dividing the small ts by capital Ts, right? Now I will use this formula to reconstruct the signal. Now this is the same step where we create the time vector in the continuous for the continuous time signal, continuous signal. F is equal to 4. We generate the continuous signal, and we create this time vector with the sampling period as the step size, and we generate the digital signal here. We calculate the value of the index n, and we define this XRT, which is the reconstructed signal. I create zeros vector, and the length of this vector is from 0 to 2 with step size 0.001. So therefore I fill the values in this vector with all zeros, and these many values will be there from going from 1 to the length of the time, this time vector. All right, basically this XRT is representing this part, the left hand side of this expression of reconstruction formula. Now what we will do is that, because we need to this is the index created, right? So we will put a for and loop here, and the n index, this index will will go from 1 to the length of this vector, right? Which is calculated by ts divided by, because small ts is equal to nts, n capital Ts, that will be the sampling instant, and nts, so n can be calculated by ts divided by capital Ts. So we will define this variable n index going from, and its value goes from 1 to the length of this vector. All right, now we define xn. So this xn will be defined here. This xn is defined from this signal xn vector. So xn vector is the signal, and this n varies from n to the index. So this xn will vary from 1 to the n index value, which is which further goes from 1 to this, the length of this vector n underscore vec, which we have calculated from this small ts by capital Ts, right? And this, and then we will, then this small n, because two things are there. One, this factor xn, the variable here is n, so n will, the xn will get the values like this, and this n will also be varied. So this n equal to n vector going from 1 to n index, right? Now after that, we will, what we will do is we will use, so we now have xn and this n also, and we will put the values in a temporary of this summation. We will put the values in a temporary variable uh, uh, inside the summation, xn into hrt minus nts. So this is xn, which we have calculated from here. The values will come like this, into sync of t minus nts, t minus nts, right? Divided by ts, which is the sync function basically. Because I know what is this, what is the impulse response of this reconstruction filter, and I keep on generating the values, and because xrt is actually a zero vector, but what are the values, what will be the values coming from this operation inside the for loop will be added into this position, and this zeros vector will get filled with the values of the calculation done within the for loop. All right, now uh, so that means we have implemented this formula, and after that we need to plot t xrt, where we have stored the calculated values, right? So this is this basically the reconstructed signal, and we will hold this signal, and this is my actual signal that was used for sampling. This is the actual signal, and this is x underscore r underscore t is the reconstructed signal. We do the labeling and so on, and we, this black line here shows the original signal, and the red one gives me the reconstructed signal. All right, so you will see that it's a perfect reconstruction of the original signal using this reconstruction filter, right? HR T minus NTS, and which is basically the sync function. All right, and with this, I finish my lecture for the analog signal reconstruction. Thank you.